Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video, beauty tolerance. And first, let me shout out one of my loyal supporters, Busy Ran, who came up with that term. And I said, you know what, I gotta do a video on that because I like the term, because it means you can tolerate being around a very beautiful woman. Because you know what? That's a major problem with guys, because let's be real out here. Let's be real. They want the dimes. That's the whole thing. Let's be real on that. In fact, I talked about this and why I have beauty tolerance in my book, A Player's Eyes. And I don't really talk about it this much, but get this, because this is just pure observation. And in one of the chapters, I give the key to really getting women, which for some reason people don't talk about. But I'll let you get the book. A link for it is in the description box. But let me talk about that. Let me read an excerpt from it. All right. And it's my chapter is called The Great Dime Chase. All right. Let's be real about something. The reason men are shelling out thousands of dollars to attend seminars, watch countless videos, and read blogs is to get beautiful women. Not beautiful on the inside either. Many men want the top-notch woman, the 10 on the infamous scale. They want the dime. They don't want the woman they can actually get who would probably love them, make ham sandwiches for them, and suck that dick in its entirety. That's because the woman who actually wants them is homely and 50 pounds overweight. Sometimes that woman comes with a bad attitude. To quote a mentor, that woman may be built like a water buffalo with the disposition of a wild gorilla. A man ain't trying to settle for that. They want the finest babe in the land. And they want to make sure their peers know that. There's problems with wanting that fine woman though. And I'll skip over that part because there ain't enough of them to go around. Now, before I really get into this, I have a confession to make. Unlike most other heterosexual men, I don't get excited around beautiful or sexy women, at least until I get to know them. I can think of only three times I looked at a dime and lost my mind. I managed to get over that though. One of my secret weapons with beautiful women is that I can remain calm around them. Most men act stupid around dimes. I'm gonna get into that in a second. If I want to see a man's character, I bring him around a beautiful woman. Trust me, any personality strengths and flaws will come out. This is especially the case when the dime rejects the man. I've never seen this to fail. Unless that man is someone like me. Now, break down why the secret of why I have that beauty tolerance. The reason I don't get excited around beautiful women is that I have mostly dimes in my immediate family. Starting with my maternal grandmother, she looked like she was in her 30s when she was in her 60s with smooth, almost blemish-free skin. Indeed, just on a side, when she passed away at 84, she didn't have any wrinkles. 0 wrinkles at the age of 84. All right. My mother worked as a paid model in the late 50s. Think about it, a black woman getting paid to model in the 50s in a segregated setting. And they had talked about opening a modeling school. But the thing was, my cousin's very attractive. I had one cousin that got street harassed so much that she could give a seminar on how to handle the attention. Oh, and if Instagram was around then, a million followers easily, you know? And that's how I learned a lot of game, because I used to watch how my cousins used to just use wrap men around their fingers. I joked with them one time, if I need a gang of dudes, I would say, look, y'all just walk down the street, bring them home. In fact, when I was living with my grandmother, my cousins come over to stay, there were many times dudes be following them home. There was one time, you know, because they would stay in the living room and stuff, you know, had some little mats and stuff in the living room because they couldn't stay in the room with Rom. And there was a dude, he followed them home and he was looking in the window. He was trying to look through the living room door and everything. And I just looked out and scared him away. My grandmother was like, you shouldn't have said anything. I'd have just boiled some hot water and poured it on him. Oh, grandma was cold-blooded like that. But, you know, that was the thing. Now, see, Whereas for most men, dimes are goddesses to be put on pedestals. For me, they're people who mess up a brother's comic book collection. Seriously, they used to mess it up, man. I was like, but being around them and seeing how they were, I was actually calm around beautiful women because their friends were beautiful too. They ain't hang around no ugly girls. So I was just like, wow, this is easy. So I was just naturally calm. Now, a link for this is in the description box. And like I said, there's a chapter in there that you read that chapter, I tell you how to, it's one of the biggest cheat codes for getting a woman. And I mean that. I mean that. And a lot of guys don't get it. But that's another video if I decide to do one on it. And no, I'm not going to do one on it. So I changed my mind on that. Get the book. So anyway, right? Beauty tolerance just means you can be calm around a beautiful woman. See, here's a problem with a lot of guys. And I mentioned it in A Player's Eyes. They don't know how to be calm. They can be the coolest person because, yeah, they can be cool, calm, call themselves dominant, act like they alpha around some women who are quite frankly average. Let's be real, most women are average. You know, yeah, if that woman's like a 5 or a 4, and even at best a 6, it's easy for a man to be cool around them, unless they're in some small town where that's the best there. But if he's in any major city where you want to have some women in the 8 to 10 range, shoot, that woman's average. It's easy to be cool. It's easy to be like cool and calm. It's easy to be confident because you ain't really pressed about that woman, you know? But then you get some guys around some beautiful woman, they lose their mind. Shoot, or even that situation, I forgot what that young lady's name was, the female prison babe. You got guys filling her commissary. And she's cute, but I'm like, damn, y'all ain't even gonna meet that woman. In fact, when that young lady get out of prison, she gonna go to the guy who didn't put it in. That thug dude who didn't give her anything, probably didn't even visit her or anything. She gonna run right to him. But you get guys, they get pressed. Let's be real. Like I said, most guys are spending money watching these videos. They want the dimes. Indeed, if you get these guys who call themselves incels, there's plenty of women who are in their range. They just don't want them. They focus on the Stacys, the finest ones, and everything. And they lose their mind. They going crazy. You know, sometimes people talk about that masculine frame. They can't keep any frame around the women. They going crazy, handing them the wallet and everything. Sometimes I've seen guys literally get around beautiful women. They could talk all the shit in the world. They get around that beautiful woman, they can't say a word. And I'm just like, man, come on. I'm gonna tell you what, and here's some real game. Here's some real game. If you can stay calm around a beautiful woman and not nag her, hold up. Let me go on a tangent real quick, because you get some guys, they say, yeah, if you insult him or something like that. Yeah, if you assault the wrong woman in the real world, she might call her cousins up. And all of a sudden, you got to deal with somebody. Yeah, you know, like we say in the street, she might call her peoples up. And if her cousins or something roll up on you, insult her, you think you're doing something, but if her cousins are near, they'll fuck your ass up. And then she's still not going to want you. That don't make, anybody who say that make a woman want you, that's the worst thing you can do. You don't insult another person. That's dumb as shit. And even then, she probably had other guys who tried it, so she like, whatever. She's had other guys who act silly around her, whatever, or do dumb shit, or try, you know, do all this stuff. But if you get around her and you just like, hey, how you doing? And you know, you cool and calm, boom. First of all, that'll make you stand out. Even if you don't look like all of that, that'll make you stand out. And she's like, oh, wait a minute, he coming up to me different. He ain't acting scared. In fact, there was a young lady I dated a few times, like back in the late 80s. And she was actually placed in a local beauty contest. And she said, you know what, Ron, you're very calm around me. I've had several very attractive women say that. That's because I grew up with them in my family. Like I said, my association is hide your comic book collection from them. That's my, seriously, it was just like they normal. Because even my cousins now, they in their 50s and they still draw a lot of attention from guys. In their 50s. Like, let's just say they haven't hit a wall. You know, that's just my family. You know? Good genetics. But I'm going to tell you what though. Being cool, being calm is so key. Being tolerant. Just instead, and I talk about that also in my book, Meeting Attractive Women. Don't get caught up in their beauty. Okay, they were blessed genetically. They were blessed genetically with a face. They probably work out like crazy with a body. If you just talk to them. Just talk to them. Like on my private site, I showed like the members, and if they scroll through the photos and stuff, there was a young lady, very, very attractive, very beautiful, you know, and I said she was just a protege. I wasn't even trying to get with her and everything because I was cool around her, unlike other guys. Me and her talked basketball because she was a basketball player. Me and her would just talk sports and everything, real cool. We still follow each other on IG and stuff. But I was cool, and that's the key. That's the key. Okay, when you see that beautiful woman, don't be like, oh, let me think of a trick or something. If you think she attract, walk up and say, hey, how you doing? She already knows she's beautiful. Guys told her. You be cool and calm. Focus on her personality. The beauty's already there. You don't have to be like, you beautiful. Everybody done told her that. And don't be putting her down or something, try to make her feel bad. Just find out, okay, what's on her mind. You know, she could be into whatever. Like I remember back in the early 90s, there was this fine-ass Argentinian woman. Me and her would just talk politics every time I saw her. You know, another very beautiful young lady I dealt with at one time. She was into science fiction and all of that stuff. She's the one who told me about the X-Files. But the thing was, I was cool and calm with her. That's all you got to do. Because that makes you stand out from all these other guys. And also, I'm gonna tell you something else too. For the beautiful women who are in that game, they have zero control over you. Let me say that again. You done trumped the pussy card. Because she can't use it, because you get a lot of beautiful women are real cool. A lot of them, really. If you talk to them, they're real cool, real sweet, down to earth, you know, and everything. But then you're going to get some who are going to use it for dark purposes, because they know they've had guys trying to hand them money since before they hit puberty and trying to do stuff, giving them gifts and stuff. Some of them use it. Now, if that woman come to you, she trying to use you, you just like, oh, okay. Nah. My wallet stays in my pocket. And she using it. In fact, that's what drives them crazy. And that's them like trying to put them down. But you just like cool and calm, like, huh? You know? But you calm. You got that tolerance. Now it's tough. Look, admittedly, it's tough. But I would say this. If you're not in a position where you're usually around beautiful women, this is what I would tell you to do. Remember, I don't care what they look like, what their genetics are. They still take a shit and a piss like everybody else. They will still fart like everybody else. One time I was on a date with this beautiful woman. She farted in my car. Notice I said farted, not farted. Hey, gotta throw some DC in there sometime. She farted in my car. I was like, damn, roll your window down. Damn. You know, they human. They human. They got stuff they like to do. They got stuff they into. Find out what they into. And if it's something similar to what you like or at least want to learn about, boom, you got the opening right there. That's all you have to do is be cool. That's all you have to do. Shit, if you cool enough, shoot, they'll come chase you because they so used to guys doing all this dumb shit. They're just like, damn, he stands out. I can be at peace. You know? Seriously. That's it, y'all. But have that beauty tolerance. See, first of all, it's powerful on two levels. One, it makes you stand out from other guys if you're trying to get with that woman. So you already got a foot in there. Just be cool and calm, not nervous. Like I know this one guy, this one woman. This is a woman I dealt with for a long time. She was telling me how this guy went on a date with her, and all he said, "Oh, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful," and I'm just like, and me and her would talk about science fiction. In fact, a whole lot of them into science fiction. Hey, go to some of these comic cons and stuff. See some of these cosplayers. So, I mean, look, that's it. You just got that tolerance. So that's one level you can get one, but then they can't play because you just like, that's their card. Once you trump their card, what else they got? They can't get money out if they ain't beauty. If they ain't beautiful. What else they got? They don't got no game besides that. So you trump that too. So you keeping your money in your pocket, they can't trump you. So you in with the good ones, and you protect it. You got a shield against the bad ones. Beauty tolerance. Once again, thank you to my brother Busy Ran for coining that term, bringing it out, and definitely check out A Player's Eyes. I don't promote this as much, but this is just straight observation. Like I say, there's one chapter in there. You master that chapter, I guarantee you'll have women tapping their thighs. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.